live with my mom, Elizabeth, and my father.
Can you give me your father's name and tell me what sort of work your parents do?
My father's name is Norman. He does quality control for Diner Road Industries. They manufacture heavy equipment, and they lease it to building contractors. What he does is travel around and check out how the leasing end of their business works. My mother works in an office supply company.
What would heavy equipment consist of?
Cranes, derricks, specialized vehicles.
How would you describe how you get along with your parents?
Okay, just normal, I guess.
Do you go out with them much? Are there family conversations, say, around the dinner table?
My father travels a lot. He's away about a week and a half every month. Maybe more, I don't know. I wouldn't say that we talk a lot. I wouldn't say that we don't talk a lot either. We go out. We used to go out to eat once a month. Arturo's. You know where that is?
About a mile off 95, isn't it?
Down from the mall.
Right. That's a nice place. Good Italian food. Do you enjoy eating there?
It's okay. No big deal. They like it.
What sort of things do you talk about at Arturo's? Actually, what kind of things do you enjoy talking about with your parents?
I guess we don't really talk that much. When we do talk, usually it's about something, maybe about their jobs or something. They talk about their jobs a lot. They have these goals they work on. You know, what they want to accomplish every year, that sort of thing.
What do you think of their goals?
Their goals? They're okay. They have things they want to do. Financial security, that sort of thing. They're like doing the right things.
When you say they're doing the right things, do you mean that you think they're doing the right things?
Yeah. Yes, I guess so.
How would you describe your relationship with your parents? Can you tell me how you think you get along with them? Perhaps if there were different things you would have liked to have done with them than you were doing?
They asked me that at the county office.
And what did you say?
I have a good relationship with my parents. They're okay.
Cameron, I'm not trying to suggest you don't have a good relationship with your parents. I know that's always the cliché that people want to drag out. But I am trying to get a full picture of you as I can. To know you, or try to get to know you. I need to know about your relationships. With your parents, of course, and with Leonard. I'm sure you can understand that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah is fine here. Do you have any hobbies? Do you play an instrument? What do you do in your spare time?
I play flute. I'm not great at it or anything. I wanted to play bass guitar. Once I rented one and I liked it, but I didn't keep it up. Mostly I sort of do what everybody else does. I like sports, music, regular stuff.
What kind of music do you listen to?
It changes. People think you listen to one kind of music. That's crazy. You turn the radio on, or you play your own stuff, and that's what you do. There was a big thing in the paper about Satyricon, but it was like other kids talking, not me. I listen to them, but I'm not a real freak for them, and I'm not into any Fourth Reich number. That's why I agreed to talk with you, to get things straight.
And I really appreciate it, Cameron. One of the things that I see on a regular basis is how the media can distort reality.
I think I'm average. Pretty much average.
You don't have an average IQ. You've been tested in the 140 range, which is very high. And on the test you were given, that's the top of the range. So I know you're above average in measurable intelligence. I scored about 15 points less than you did on that same test.
It doesn't mean anything. I think it doesn't mean anything.
I'm not sure. I don't think anybody is really sure about intelligence. Or at least intelligence that's measured on tests. What do you think Leonard would say about your IQ score?
He made a big deal of it. He was into that kind of thing. A lot of people are, really. Some people say that they're not, but then you hear them talking about who is smart or who isn't smart. It's the same way they talk about who can play ball or who has the best car. It's always about comparisons. Kids measure each other and then pretend they're not doing it.
How about your parents? They must have been proud of your grades.
They expected me to do okay. They're not into academics. With them, it's like always knowing what's the smart thing to do. My father always says that you can have a high IQ and still be stupid.
What's your father's goal in life?
One goal? I don't know. Maybe to have everybody talking about how smart he is. Something like that.
And that was okay with you?
I don't think about it that much. Yeah, it's okay.
You ever just hang out with your father?
He plans things. He doesn't just... He's not a casual sort of guy. Neither of my parents are. They're sort of intense. They're not like super intense, but they're pretty intense. They don't hang out.
That describes a lot of parents.
I guess.
You look more like your father or your mother?
More like my mom's side of the family, not so much like her.
When did you first meet Leonard?
We were in the 3rd grade together, but I didn't meet him then. I mean, we were in the same class. We figured that out after we became friends, but we weren't friends at first. We were in about 3 grades together without ever knowing each other that much.
How did you become friends with him?
We more or less got together in our sophomore year. I was trying out for the basketball team. He came to all the tryouts just to watch. I didn't make the team, and I felt pretty bad. One day we were walking home together. He lives near Fairmont. And Len was kidding me about not making the team. Actually, he kidded me a lot, but he had a way of almost putting you down, but smiling as he did it. Do you know what I mean?
No, not really.
He'd say things like, "Hey, Cam, you really stunk the place up." But he'd be smiling, and I felt that he was putting me down, but not in a mean way. Like when they made the final cuts, I got that far, and I wasn't on the team, and my father found out and started putting me down. Len wasn't like that.
Your father was upset that you didn't make the team?
You're making it like it was a big deal. It wasn't.
I'm sorry. Why don't you tell me about it?
My father used to be like all world or something. He's got a scrapbook, trophies, the whole 9 yards. He played basketball in the Army and then professional ball in Europe after he got out. He's strong, and that's his game. He comes right after you and muscles you away from the basket. Then after he hacks you to death, he starts talking about how you play like a girl, that sort of thing.
How does that make you feel?
Well, how do you think it makes me feel? You think it makes me feel good?
Obviously it doesn't. So you and Len, I think that's what you call him, became friends around that time?
Yeah, a little after that. About a week later, I was home, and my father said he was coming to the game that weekend, and he hoped I played well. I told him I hadn't made the team, and he said I was on it. He said he had fixed it. Then I got called down to the gym the next day, and the coach told me I was on the team. Some of the guys said that they had put this kid named Boyd off the team so I could play, and they knew my father had something to do with it. I felt like crap. That blew it for me as far as the guys on the team were concerned. They had been my friends, more or less, but after that happened, I didn't hang with them anymore.
You're saying that the basketball incident cut down on the number of friends you had?
Friends on the basketball team, anyway.
Do you have a lot of other friends?
I don't go around counting them, but I don't go out looking for people to party with. Is that what you mean?
You have a girlfriend?
No one in particular. I figured I'd wait for college. I don't drive either.
Not driving in Harrison County can cramp your style. You took driver's ed?
Yeah. I was thinking of getting a used car, but my father said it would be more trouble than useful. He said I should wait for college.
What does he drive?
ML 500. Mercedes with the wheel on the right side. It's cool.
And showy.
Yeah.
What did you think of Madison? A good school academically?
It's okay. It's the only high school I ever went to, so I can't compare it with anything else. It doesn't look like an inner-city school or anything like that. You know, you see those schools on television or in the movies, and they look rough.
It's one of the biggest schools I've seen. Parking lot is bigger than the high school I went to. Over 1,000 students, I think.
It's pretty big.
Do you have many friends in the school?
It depends on what you mean by friends. Everybody talks about friends, but they don't define what that means. If you mean did I hang out with a lot of different people, well, I didn't. And then, when me and Len started hanging out, I guess it was just me and him and a few other kids. And mostly it was me and him. He drove me to school a lot of the time.
You played